Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, actually, yeah, we have to. I had to start a new one because something happened. Yeah, this is India or this is Mexico. Jagannatha Das, Jagannath Das Babaji was the guru of Gorkashore Das Babaji. No, he wasn't. No, no. No, he was not that. They're just see. Bhakti Vinod accepted him. This is how you know. Bhakti Vinod accepted Jagannath Das Babaji as in the line because he saw the symptoms. He accepted Gorkashore Das Babaji also. I mean, Bhakti Siddhanta put the line together. Actually, he's the one who said, "Yeah, Jagannath Das, my father, see, Bhakti Vinod Thakur." See? And the line didn't come from his Diksha guru. Bhakti Vinod had Diksha from some other, but it didn't come that way. It came through the Shiksha line. See, because a liberated soul can judge these things and nobody else can. Because you got all these. I don't mean to criticize Mathura Das. He's a nice devotee. He's a good devotee, sincere. A lot of nice devotees, sincere. But they're neophytes. They're just very beginners. They have no idea what the difference in your consciousness happens when you worship God in ecstasy for many, many years, if not lifetimes. They have no idea. That's why, it takes them, it's not easy for them to accept the mercy when the mercy's here. They think they know all about bhakti. Yeah. Well, that's his guru, is Kirtanananda. So anyway, it just is what it is. You know. So that's why there's a lot of jungle growth. There's a lot of problems in Vaishnavism as far as not understanding things clearly. But anyway, we're here at our mission. That's why Prabhupada was very enthusiastic to give me the job, the job to straighten a few things out because everybody is they think they know what it is to be an associate of Lord Chaitanya. That a lot have 90% of them are trying to imitate that, and they can't do it. And everybody, oh, it's so great. Oh, it's so great. Yeah. Anyway. It is. But you see, this is a beautiful thing. And I'm actually happy that these things come up in these controversies because it gives us a chance to preach this side of it, these truths. So what people should be looking for in a disciplic line is who has the symptoms, okay, of being in the line. Symptoms, it's very simple. If you listen to this explanation, it'll make more sense than all this external formalities. So it's like, oh yeah, who's your guru and everything. You should just listen to the no nonsense, very clear explanations. I mean, it's just like a no-brainer for me because of this kind of worship. So an associate of the Lord is simply who's their life and soul. If you get life and your life and soul, your feeling, your energy, see, your inspiration come from Lord Chaitanya. See? And Radha and Krishna, what the heck is that saying? Are you in line? If you're ecstatic like they are, what does that say? Are you in line with them or what? See, the idea is to be in line with them, not in some fake line. Fake line was like Ramachandra Puri. He was initiated by Madhavinda Puri, but he didn't even like the symptoms of Madhavinda Puri. Just like Mathura Das, he said, I don't like this ecstatic devotion. He said, that's not I'm more of a Vaikuntha man. See, so that's what you got leading our lines. They don't even know what this ecstatic devotion is. They see it here every day. They see devotees like Lalita Ganga and Johan worshiping God in a very intimate, ecstatic way, and they don't accept. See, they're not in the real line. This is the teaching. This is the internal teaching of Chaitanya Charitamrita that I feel very privileged to enthusiastically teach in this world and reveal that because people need to know what is the real line. Real line is not Madhavinda Puri's disciple Ramachandra Puri, who didn't like the bhakti on his own guru, just like these disciples of Prabhupada who don't like the bhakti here. They are not in the real line. They're full of it. They're full of their false egos. Full of it. It's going over. They're not in the real. The real line is a sincere devotee like Ishvara Puri who had the ecstatic symptoms. And even Lord Chaitanya took initiation from him, not Ramachandra Puri. We got all these Ramachandra Puri imitators saying they're in the line. They ain't in the line. No way, Jose. This is the real line. Prabhupada really did come to me. Krishna really did to establish the real line once and for all in the world. You got no symptoms of this line, you are out of the game. Anybody listens to you is not delivered. And we prove it, man. How do you like this mood there, Lolita? I love it. It's just time. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. You remember the shocker, man? He was with the wires. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. Shocking everybody. So over here, shocking everybody awake. Time to wake up, everybody. You know? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I lying? Am I just teaching the real thing, man? The real internal symptoms, man. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. And you don't awaken devotion to Krishna, you know what else? The opposite is true. You are certainly not the spiritual master. Now, doesn't that make more sense than anything? Here we're awakened devotion to Krishna. Well, the guru principle is here. Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya here because they do it. They do the works, man. I'm just the mouthpiece, their mouthpiece. Spit it out. Pooh! Got to give them the tongue, man. It's fun, isn't it? I love this, man. This is great. It's chivalry, man. You gotta attack my forcible step. You know, right? Atmaram verse. The liberated souls, they make a forcible attack on my forcible step. Just like she tries to force her step on us, we force ours. We give her the boot, you know, that boot on the neck. You know, she's given the boot on the neck of all these neophytes. You know, we put the boot on her neck. The boot of truth. See, there's that idea. So this is great. I'm glad. I want to thank you for your service there, Mathura Das, and all you guys like you. We're here to teach you. I know you're sincere. You know, they're sincere. He's sincere. He offers his food every day, and he's into Krishna. It's his, he's on. But see, the Vaidis just have a hard time understanding the truth. It's not completely the truth what they do. There's some faults in that. There's always faults in external bhakti. Here, this is faultless. See, even if there were some faults in enunciation, it's all covered by the truth, by pointing people in the right direction. Krishna, thank you, you guys. You're pointing everybody in the right direction. I'm so pleased with that. Oh, so you don't do it in the perfect way. Oh, you're not always Mr. Sweet. Sometimes, oh, that's over. Still, you're pointing them in the right direction. Thank you very much. We'll refine this more later. We'll refine our preaching more gradually. And the meaning is a little coarse, but still we're pointing them in the right direction, right? We're pointing them to the conclusive truth. Now, this the Lord really appreciates. Prabhupada appreciates that. That's true, because we either represent Radha and Krishna or not. And if you don't believe in representing Radha and Krishna, what does that mean? What does it mean to represent Radha and Krishna? Okay, you represent them. You represent their ecstasy. Doesn't Radharani laugh and cry when she thinks of Krishna? Well, doesn't Lalita represent that? Also, she laughs and cries. She actually laughs a lot. She relishes mellows. She relishes the verses. And Johann, too, and others. Janaki, look at her. She does enthusiastic Sankirtan, reads the books, has great faith in this preaching. And so many of you out there. Look at Freddie. Freddie, look how faithful Freddie. I mean, I don't comment much on him because I don't see him up here all the time. But, persons like Freddie, look at Madhusudana, they come here all the time. They like what we're doing. They're well-wishers and real dedicated in their life and soul is like this. They love this. See, this means so much. You will just be liberated just by appreciating what we're doing. Here, many, people out there, they go like this. I get in all these, I don't have to do Facebook anymore. They just give me thumbs up here. So many, I just went out there for 10 minutes and I got all these thumbs up, man. That means a lot to Krishna. Going, oh, you like my devotees preaching? Oh, that's so great. Let me deliver you. Oh, you don't like my devotees preaching? Let me spank you and get you so you get with the program. Okay? People don't know the Lord's attitude and how he works. When Lord Chaitanya saw those drunks, they were in the bar, and they were drunk. They were, drunks. They just go in the bar, stay all day long. But they saw Lord Chaitanya and they saw him dance before. They all loved it. And they were all imitating. Oh, there's Nimai Pandit. We really like his dance. He's always dancing and all that. What's the difference between that and me being inspired by Nimai Pandit out there, or you guys, or anybody? You're out. We represent him now in 2021. And we're out here dancing and singing, and the people will give you the thumbs up. That meant so much. The Lord gave them mercy and liberated them, even though they had this. But this is in the scripture. You can read in Chaitanya Bhagavat. But the Brahmins who didn't, they came in later. These drunks got in first. That's my Lord. You know the real Lord. These guys who have an attitude against this preaching, you have an attitude against Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. But a drunk on the street, even these people I met, with all their little bad habits, but going like this, oh, this is so great. I really like this. They like the Lord better. And these persons don't. That should be humble, though. You're doing all those austerities and everything, and it's putting you down. See, didn't Lord Chaitanya teach that about Murari? That goes for all devotees or whose life and soul is Lord Chaitanya. He said anybody who goes against Murari, and that includes all the devotees who are real devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Anyone who goes against him, criticizes him, their chanting of the holy name is worthless. All it will do is destroy them. And it's not like a bad thing, by the way. Because the Lord cannot bless everybody. Even you go against the devotee. Eventually it's going to come out right. That devotee is going to learn. This Mathura Das is going to learn his lesson. And all like him also. Simply because they're in contact with Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya through his real representative in the world. And you're a part of that. You're part of this team to rectify the world of hardened criminals. In Vaishnavism, there's plenty still. A lot of jungle growth we're going after here. I used to work in a bar for a few years. Every day I had a BG, Bhagavad Gita, with me, and I'd read it there and talk to coworkers and patrons a lot about it. Imagine, no ISKCON members would preach to drunks in a bar, let alone the Gita. Yeah, they used to criticize me for going to Pattaya Beach and going in the bars and giving the holy name to anybody and everybody. And I'm telling you, those people that I met, they like the name, they like this preaching, they like this way of delivering, and they were, oh yeah, this is so nice, we really appreciate it, all this. And what do you think the Lord is taking that in? Oh, you're accepting my devotee. But yet these big sannyasis, oh, go Hari, man. Or look at Mathura, he represents these kind of sannyasis. He's there you're not in the line. Mean. Who do you think the Lord's going to accept first? Oh, they'll get in simply because they have faith, and that's they got to get a little paddling first. People don't know the real mood of Lord Chaitanya or God. They don't know God's mood. His real devotees do, and that's what I teach. The real mood of the Lord. Beyond this, oh, you think this big sannyasi is a big thing? Or a big guru out there with a lot of followers. But if they have an attitude against the ecstatic presence of the Lord, which is his true form, he's in true form, his ecstasy and conclusive understanding like this, and you're against that, he doesn't care how big a guru you are. You're under illusion, man. And illusion's going to spank you. Yeah. Yeah, prostitutes. Yeah, it didn't matter. Whoever will listen to the message. And, that's the thing. There's just different types of obstacles. Remember that verse where Jesus picked up the Bible and said, I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord. See, well, that's anointings here also. To preach, to liberate the captives. See, well, this is part of liberating the captives. Lord Chaitanya did it. Jesus did it. Lord Chaitanya liberated Devananda Pandit, who is like these guys out there. These gurus and these sannyasis was like Devananda. Everybody, the whole world accepts them as actual representatives of Lord Chaitanya, and they're not. They're Devananda Pandit obstacle. I'm here to help free them because nobody has the courage. The Lord is giving me the courage, see, and the authority to take them down. Otherwise, if you don't take them down, people believe that they're the door to the kingdom of God. Well, you're on Krishna's hit list for your benefit. But I don't mean that in a like bodily thing. No, a hit list, like let's take down that illusion. Let's take it down so people can enter the kingdom of God. You come here, you gurus and you sannyasi, you Brahmins, you come here, we'll make you real Brahmins. We'll make you Brahmins like Prabhupada. Brahmins and sannyasis like Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta. We'll make you real spiritual masters, whether you're got the cloth on or not. That's the job here. Look, we're making spiritual master. Look at Johan. Look at Lalita Ganga. Oh my God. These persons have Radha and Krishna living in their body with dreams and all kinds of beautiful things coming from their mouths. Such purity. I'm not ashamed to praise wherever my Lord is. Where my Lord is, that's where all auspiciousness is. And that's what I'm preaching in this world. I don't care if I get 1,000 of these gurus, sannyasis. If if you're preaching inconclusive truth, watch out. Somebody needs to sweep the floor. We sweeping the floor, man. Sweeping them. We'll sweep them off their feet. Watch out, we're bringing a new kid and gal to this town. Okay? And their names are Radha and Krishna, the real ones, and the real Lord Chaitanya, and those real teachings. Whether you guys like it or not, move aside. Okay? Let people in the kingdom. We're here to bring people into the kingdom. We've already done it. People we're going to teach, whether they, whatever. Don't worry. It's a war on Maya, war on the illusion. That's good. The floor is wet. Okay, where were we? Oh, so let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, Shuka, the spiritual master of all the sages. Okay? That's why it's not good enough just to be a sage. People, great sage. Great sage. There are a lot of great sages, but see, Shukadev Goswami was the spiritual master of the sages. If Radha and Krishna empower somebody with such deep, conclusive truth, they're a spiritual master of sannyasis, of Sudras, anybody and everybody. Demigods. Yeah. Uh, so, who out of his great compassion for the gross materialists who struggled to cross over the darkest regions of material existence, spoke this most confidential supplement in the cream of Vedic knowledge. See, this is the cream. Here, people, you get to hear the cream. You know, people who are they're struggling to cross over. See, these are the Vaidhi Bhaktas. They're struggling, for the gross materialists. See, they're struggling still. They struggle to do their sadhanas, and they struggle to follow their rules, struggle to get up in the morning, struggle. Why? Because they need to hear the confidential message of the Bhagavatam from a real devotee empowered like Shukadeva Goswami. And if you're not like that, step aside, because you got to be like that. You got to be able to set people free. Okay? Otherwise, who's going to help you? Who's going to help the Mathuradas? You could see, look at it, materialistic Vaishnavas, the symptoms of materialistic Vaishnavism. And they think that's real. This is what they teach in Vaishnavism. He's nothing different. He's just like them. Like so many, they teach materialistic Vaishnavism, full of and faith, full of faith, and often, very often, faith in motivated gurus, and even pedophile gurus. Faith in them. Still, they have faith in them. Do you believe that? In Mayapur, there's still one there. Unbelievable. Just like these people, all this bullshit going on. This is when you have faith in the word of the Maya and those who represent Maya, then you act accordingly. See, your consciousness is accordingly enslaved by who you listen to. See, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. See, the Word was God. The bona fide spiritual master is the empowered version, their servitor Godhead. Isn't that what our spiritual is? Servitor Godhead. Their word is with God, man. It's the Lord saying, that word is with me. My devotee is with me. My Holy Spirit is with them. My spirit of pure devotion is with them and will be with you if you listen to their word. And then that word, you'll see, that word is freedom. That word is slavery. That word invited by these materialistic gurus and Vaishnavas and sannyasis is slavery, isn't it? They're telling you, I'm going to tell you to get the injection. They put your mask on. Put the mask on, Prabhupada. Slavery. This is freedom here. Do you get more free from this word? Do you feel more free in your life? Do you more clear about what life is all about? Do you feel more protected in life than any other time? Well, that's because this word is strong. This word is the Lord's word. This word is the word I live by. This word gives me life too. I'm sitting here getting as much life as you. I love Sadhu Sangha. This is my third time around today. Second time. Well, yeah, second time. I love chanting. The holy name's getting better every day. Love it, man. And I still can do my work, man. I'm going to do it all, the busy things I have to do. And still, man, kind of take a break and take my vacation, man, chanting Hare Krishna. Yeah, sharing it with the world. Make people happy. Make myself happy. Yeah. Great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross over the darkest regions of material existence. So even in Vaidhi, you get help, but it's still difficult. It's still hard to cross over because you need more taste. You need to hear from a Shukadeva. See, Maharaj Parikshit heard from Shukadev, who had where God was really with him, the transcendental Lord, not the Mayak Lord, not the mode of goodness Lord, the transcendental Shuddha Bhakti Lord was with Shukadev Goswami. That's the real deliverer. Is that Shuddha Bhakti Lord with you, with your word, behind your word? Because if it is, you deliver people. We deliver people here. It's a no nonsense thing. You get delivered. The more faith you have in this word, the more deliverance you'll feel. And the more you empowered to deliver others. You're in the real line like this. This is how my Lord works. This is how the Lord has always worked. This is how the real God works. Not the Lucifer shadow that people are taking shelter of. Taking shelter of the servants of Lucifer in darkness. Okay? That darkness is in religion. Lucifer's in there too. But Lucifer ain't here, man. The shadow stays out there. And we keep it at bay with the truth. We've identified, we named it. It's out there. Yeah, we can't, but they can't get in. They're thrown out in darkness. Isn't that darkness? Poor Mathura, I mean, nice devotee, but because of bad association, somebody ripped his life-saving mask off. And there you go. That's what happens. The modes take over. You become a snake and mean and aggressive. Snake-like. Look at it, trying to say, oh, you're not in the line. See, anybody who listened to that, if you believe that, then you fall down from this path. Because it's all who you believe. You believe his word or this word here. Because that word that's with him, that becomes your God. That illusion becomes your God. This here becomes your God. Now, is this, you should ask the question, well, is this worthy to take shelter of? This worthy to hear? Is this worthy to embrace this word? That should be your question. I ain't afraid to win or lose or, I'm taking shelter of this word, man. Yeah. I ask the question myself, is this word coming through real? I go look at the book. I go look at my experience and my feelings, my happiness. I look at your happiness. Well, man, I ain't going to get a better confirmation than what I see and what I investigate in Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. And then when I hear those conclusions of illusionists like coming through, see, Mathura Das is taken, and him, he's just representing all of these guys. 99% of the Vaishnavism is still not clear. That's why this just takes one person, says the emperor has no clothes, and you go and preach the real thing, exposing all the illusions. That's what we do. So why? So because if you guys can test this word. That's why I say stay here 30 days and listen to this word. See the result. If you really want higher truth, higher knowledge, higher ecstasy, higher happiness, come here and listen closely and see the effect. Is this worthy to take shelter? I'm taking shelter of it. I check it in the book. It's all in there. I love these conclusions. They're from my Lord. And I have the great privilege to share them and to enunciate them in this world. Oh, you don't like this word? Well, you don't like my word, Lord. You don't like my God. My God, I like. I love my God. My God gives me everything. My God gives me the best protection I've ever got in my life, the best health. I never get sick, even though I may be a little overweight, but still I'm always healthy right now, at least to this point, knock on wood. All my life, after they stopped giving me those injections. See that my parents said, oh, please give me the injection. We believe in you, After I stopped those, my health started to bounce back. As a kid, here, we're going to protect you from polio and this and that. And I get tuberculosis as a kid and all kinds of colds and measles and all this shit from this shit they put in the body. These are shitheads, man. This whole world. Thank God I got freedom from that, believing in it. I don't believe I would believe as Fauci, his word, the words of these politicians, the lies. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't believe in any of these gurus, man. Not one has showed me that they've really got the clear truth. Yeah, and you know how you know? They don't accept this preaching. They don't believe in it. Therefore, you don't believe in this? I don't believe in you. Huh. I believe in this. This is my shelter here. Yeah, these guys, basically what that is a forcible attack to take down your shelter. Yesterday, these persons, they don't believe in, oh, you're not in the parampara. They want to, the idea is to break the faith of those who have faith in this. If you break the faith, then you lost the path. You lose this path. That's how you do it. His faith was broken by his friends, or so-called friends. Okay? That's how it is. Break your faith in this lifeline here, then the mask is ripped off, and you're breathing the three modes of nature again. Ugh. Yeah, thank you, Janaki. It's nice to have friends. Janaki, Freddie, Johan, Shamaguri, Shamasundari. My God, so many. Lalita Gangas, and Govinda. Oh my God, we're getting so many nice, friendly family. Got like Kevin coming. I don't know. He's probably doing okay. Still has some questions. I don't blame him. Who else? Padma Garba. He seems to be pretty good. And others. And others. Yeah, this is a bhakti yoga club. Yeah. Mhm. See, leaving home without undergoing the reformation by the sacred thread or ceremonies observed by the higher castes. His fathers, his father Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, "O my son!" Indeed, only the trees which were absorbed in the same feelings of separation echoed in response to the begrieved father. See, in other words, if you have any, even though Vedavyas wrote the Bhagavatam or spoke it and wrote it, still he had some attachment for his son, but still that could be spiritual, probably was, and but the point is they also play the role of being just a father, has a regular son, and then there's separation when they leave, and it's all usually mundane material. Spiritual separation is a whole nother thing. It's blissful, ecstatic, and it's a symptom of transcendental love. I think I got to stop soon, but maybe try a little bit. Ah, let me offer my respectful obeisances to him, Shuka, the spiritual master of all sages. See, Shuka. Shuka, isn't that funny? They use the name Shukadev, Shuka. Shuka is parrot, pecks at the Bhagavatam, and it becomes sweeter. He pecks. By reciting Srimad Bhagavatam becomes sweeter, more interesting, more full of more revelation. Who out of his great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross over the darkest region of material existence spoke this most confidential supplement to the cream the cream of Vedic knowledge, having first personally assimilated it by experience. You see how personally, for me, you see, Prabhupada came after a certain amount of time, right? A certain amount of time. I was in ISKCON. I went to, I had a certain amount of experiences in life. I've done this, I had a business. I saw the world. I've done other paths. Okay? And then Prabhupada comes and said, okay, now share this now. Share this with others. Okay? There was an assimilation, and then I did some more assimilation for some more years. Assimilate personal experience dealing with Vaishnavas, gurus, sannyasis, Brahmins, living in Vrindavan for 3 years straight without leaving. Buying a house in Radhakund, living there in Radhakund, having 2 Radhakund Babaji gurus, Narayan Raj as another guru, ISKCON guru. I took initiation from them all. God assimilated many experiences. They then speak more Bhagavatam. Okay? And this gives light. See, gross materialists are struggling, and even all the way into religion. If you hear devotees who have material motivated, you're not hearing the real Bhagavatam. Okay? Srimad Bhagavatam is not materially motivated. See, chapter 1, 2nd verse. Not materially motivated. See, but is it? It's motivated by something. It's motivated by taste, motivated by relish, motivated by standing for the truth, no matter without compromise, because you love doing that, because it's a great offering to the Lord. And it liberates people. It's compassion, because it's the confidential truth that helps people that are struggling to cross over this illusion. They need to hear the real confidential purport of Bhagavatam. Not only like Prabhupada. He started things. He didn't tell you he didn't speak the real Bhagavatam necessarily. Not like we're doing it here. He engaged you. He wrote the Bhagavatam, and then he engaged you in rules and regulations and ceremonial worships and programs. That's not the real Bhagavatam. He just got you going for now, till now. If anybody has any good sense, you listen here. Now you get the real Bhagavatam. See, what do I tell you? I teach you the beginning of the Bhagavatam. Vedavyasa gave up faith in rules and regulations. He said, listen, my heart is unhappy. Not only did I follow these disciplinary activities, see, discipline, hard work. I also taught it. I wrote the Bhagavatam. I didn't read the Bhagavatam. I wrote these other Vedas, the 4 Vedas. Okay? All about these different subject matters. We're all mundane. Even rules and regulations, still material. Okay? And then my heart was not satiated, not satisfied. And then I cried out, oh Lord, what is my fault? And then the real ecstatic guru comes. Isn't that exactly what's happening here? Wasn't the heart of you guys that studied Prabhupada's books for 25 years or 40 years, but you never got the confidential purport spoken to you, from a person like Shukadev, empowered by the real transcendental Lord. Okay? Now look where it's got you. In deep water, man. You're not wading now. The water's beyond your ankles, man, up to your waist, up into the chest region. And you're almost maybe submerged in the ocean of Bhagavad, the confidential truths. Isn't that all we speak here? Confidential truths. That's why these guys, they can't understand what we're talking about. They're looking external. Who's your guru, man? Where's your thread? Well, why aren't you wearing a dhoti? That is so external. Okay? So most devotees, they haven't heard the Bhagavatam. They're just still, they need to hear it where, like this, like, hey, by the way, man, here, we're going to give you something, the confidential purport beyond the rules and regulations that you thought was the Bhagavatam. It was only a thought, a passing thought. Now it's going to pass away. But this word won't pass away, because if you're hearing the real word, it's just like Jesus said, man, my heaven and earth will pass away, but my words don't pass, man. They stay around eternally, because my Lord is speaking them. Okay? That's the devotee. He's speaking the word of God. He's speaking the conclusive truth. He's emanating real ecstasy. How can you not be liberated by having faith in such a proper demonstration of the truth in this world? See, proper. Otherwise, it's improper. Where is the Satchidananda in this world? Well, that's where a real, authentic associate of Lord Chaitanya and Radha Krishna is. Otherwise, it's nowhere to be seen. And then usually they hide. They hide themselves. They hide Radha and Krishna. Because people are mostly like you see here. Yeah, well, isn't that why probably that's why? See, Bhakti Vinod said generally the acharya, they study Srimad Bhagavatam and they ascertain the confidential purport. See, this is in the introduction of Krishna Samhita, Sri Krishna Samhita. I'm not lying. This is what he said, and it's true. They usually ascertain the confidential purport, but like this verse, they do the opposite. They do the opposite of the verse. I'll read it again and show you what he's talking about. The son of Vyasadeva, out of great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross over the darkest regions of material existence, spoke this most confidential supplement to the cream of the Vedic literatures. He spoke it. So Bhakti Vinod says generally the acharyas, they ascertain this cream, this confidential purport. They keep it for themselves. They don't say anything to you. They give you a bunch of rules, follow regulations, because you're not qualified to understand this. Okay? So this is just coming now because we're ordered. The Lord knows when it's timing. You know, already many people are being liberated here from these talks. You know, this is great mercy because we all get to hear the confidential purport. The ever blissful, ever expanding confidential purport of the cream of the Vedic knowledge. Not only do we have the Srimad Bhagavatam cream, we got Chaitanya Lila cream, we got Chaitanya Bhagavat cream. Cream, 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 cream everywhere. How can you not become creamed by this cream? Ever seen those what do they call whipped cream parties? They spray you with the whipped cream and everything. How can you not get creamed by all this spray here? Spraying you guys with the creams. Bhagavatam cream, Chaitanya Bhagavat cream, you know. The devotees are also there, you know, you're out there creaming everybody now. Right, cream everywhere. It's sweet cream, right? Yeah, Prabhupada says he'll live forever in his books, but you got to hear them spoken, man. You know, this is the problem. People see Mathura studies the books, but look at his purport. Look at his understanding, very small. You need to hear them. Hear those books. Yeah, he lives forever, but you got to hear those books, the confidential purport that he and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod. See, they kept it for themselves, but they wrote it in there for this time. Because now we got the order. Give the cream out, man. I'm going to take a little break. I'll come back later. I just need to a little bit. Did a lot of voice work today. Yeah, anyway, interesting, huh? Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll be back a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll see you in a bit.